Hello, and welcome along to Sunday's episode of Elsewhither, because that's the day when Elsewhither happens. Last episode, you entered into the Moontide Vaults. Did you do anything before that? I think so, right?
I don't think so. I think we woke up, had breakfast, and went in.
Yeah. Somebody took you there. To the area where you could jump into the water. Do we know who he was?
He had big chains hanging down him, that's all I remember.
Yeah.
Works for the people in charge, but...
It was the opposite of us. He was the chained.
He also cast a spell of buoyancy on you all, and then off you went it. He also gave you a scroll of Featherfall. You leapt into the water, Featherfall down to the ground, and arrived in this little area. What happened here?
There was a real big elemental who was not angry at us because we had the right item.
Yep.
And then we played like the door guessing game, but Pietro's little earring let us know which door we were actually looking for.
Yep. You didn't attempt to go through any of the golem guarded gates. I wish they were golem guarded goats. That would have been cooler. And instead proceeded straight through the stairs, which made that floor quite quick. You then proceeded into this little nightmare. What was the scene here?
Sort of spiraling outward rectangular corridors with bad guys at the end of each one, some of whom the gem showed us that they weren't sort of active and ready to attack us, and some who definitely did.
Well, yeah, I mean, almost. The gems that were active were the ones, like, the golems that were active were the ones that didn't attack you. It's the ones that were either still on under the alarm because the person you were searching for had run through here and tripped it, or the ones that were so old they'd malfunctioned, really, and could not distinguish friend from foe. You battled your way through there relatively easily, actually, which surprised me. And headed to this floor. What did you find when you first arrived on this floor?
The guy, the body of the guy.
The body of the guy. Indeed. The body of the guy. I mean, that's pretty accurate, really. So you came looking for the guy, you found the guy, you found his body, took his ring, in fact. And then, and then you went through a little cleansing panel. Oh, Pietro and Corrie just visiting the outside of the map. You went through a little cleansing panel. What did that do?
Stopped us from having any concentrations or anything going, like ongoing magical effects, but not our items.
Technically, it removes any illusions or deceptive effects. Just giving Joe control of Pietro's token. Rico's not here, by the way. He's off rambunctiously rambling in Rwanda. He has fallen out with a rhinoceros and fractured his horn. And he's hoping to have it fixed up for next week. That's a confusing one. There you go. Anyway, that's where Rico is. Happy Father's Day. And with that, you guys entered into this chamber where you found a crack in the floor. What emerged from the crack in the floor?
Ghosts and ghouls.
Ghosts and ghouls.
And of that nature.
Mm-hmm. Nice
and the little teleporty guy.
No,
nothing scary about that fight at all.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a closer call than I thought it was going to be. It was a little more dangerous than I had considered it. I'm really getting that theme with the 2024 Player's Handbook that I don't know how fights are going to go in advance. I think the thing is, when I started off making fights in 2014, every time I created a combat, I would test it. I would run it as if I was the players, and I'd run it as if I was the DM, and I'd play the whole combat out, which was fucking long as shit when I used to run 4 campaigns, or 6 at one point. And nowadays, I don't do that, but I'm using the knowledge that's in my head, going, well, that looks about... But 2024 monsters have some real surprises up their sleeve, the biggest one being initiative. I'm so used to the players going first, and recently Players don't always go first, and that's pretty scary. But you survived, and then you went down the butthole. And you met this dude. What did he have to say for himself?
I think we just yelled down to him, right?
Yeah, I don't think we actually went down. I think we just yelled down the hole.
Oh. Okay.
But he wanted to pass over. He wanted to move on.
Yeah, he was pretty bored of being down here.
Yeah.
He was ready to go.
Yeah, he was also saying that
captain, right?
Yeah, the captain of the ghost ship, and also the captain of the people we just fought upstairs.
The owner was the woman who was upstairs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he asked us to release him, and he would guard over us if we needed to take a little break, so we're able to have a safer short rest.
So you had your short rest, and then when you finish that, here's this guy's face, by the way. I think I had this on the screen with.
Yeah.
At the end of your rest, I will ask you, mostly Corrie, but all of you, what's the going? What's doing? And you would definitely have come down here, because he would not have come up there to watch over you.
Yeah, I forgot that it was important that he was watching us.
Yeah. So during the short rest, Corey has kind of put together like this quick little rice dish where he's just he's been fermenting some garlic and honey, and then like got some rice going, poured it in there, and let that go just for like some quick carbs, some sugar hit to kind of help everybody revitalize. And then he's kind of just sat down with his tent and his fishing line, and is sewing up his tent as he goes, while the rice is cooking. So, Mr. Captain, but I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Careful.
Careful? Where did you grow up?
Mostly on a ship, if I'm honest, but my first 5 years were on Endreach. Not Elsewhither, that would be very confusing. First 5 years were on Endreach. I was born to the markets of Marigold.
And did you always know that you would live a life of the sea?
Sorry, did you just ask if you always knew if he was level 9?
If he was going to live a life of the sea.
Right, okay, I just said, did he always know he was level 9 on the sea? I was like,
I knew I was level 9.
Didn't really have much of a choice. Youngsters who were out on the street back then, well, they took us and they put us to work. This was a long time ago.
Indeed. I assume that you would be okay with a burial at sea as we release you? Excellent. So after he's done, Corey will kind of hold up his tent that he's almost sewn into like a sleeping bag sort of thing, like a sack. I know this might be awkward for you, but if you would climb into here, and as I finish, I will drop you into the sea.
Wait. Okay, I can walk.
Basically, I'm going to create water on him after I've sewn him into like the little hammock, and so as I finish it, the water's going to drop on him as if he was falling into the sea.
Huh. Okay, so you're not actually taking him to the sea, you're just making him think you're taking him to the sea. Okay, love that.
It's all
just recreating it for him.
Okay. Yeah, he will sort of... That's part of your ritual. And with that, he sort of gathers himself, and then as he goes in, you just sort of hear... all his bones just jumble on in.
And so at this point, I feel like I'm probably doing something with the anchor and some holy water to try and like release the curse on it. But then at the
when you approach the necromantic anchor, you realize that its magical is far too powerful to be suppressed.
Cool. So I'm not releasing that. I'm just releasing
hence the non-magic stone, the anti-magic stone.
Cool. Yep.
Yeah. You can release him mostly because he's willing. The others, it would be much harder because they're unwilling to go.
So I won't do like much of a long prayer just because I don't know what he worships, and I'm also Corrie is hesitant to ask him too much about himself because he doesn't want to learn about his pillaging and like destructive ways. So he'll just do like a quick little prayer to himself under his breath. I suppose he would mention,
if you're praying, you say a word to Karina for me.
I would be happy to.
Yeah, most pirates, no matter how dark or light, or people of the sea, would worship the goddess of the sea. And there's a big cathedral to Karina in Matella. You might figure that's maybe part of the reason that this is able to exist here. Cool. In this situation, Mark, I will let you know that you don't necessarily need to expend a spell slot. You could, in this situation, ritual cast that spell. I know it might not have the ritual tag, but it makes sense given the scenario.
Cool. So yeah, just like at the very moment as I close up the bag over him, kind of up in the air, I'll just make a like, I don't know. I don't want to do like rain sort of thing. I just want it to like all drop at once. Yeah, so it is like the splash of hitting the sea.
He'll feel it like a wave, basically. Yeah.
Yeah. And let him go that way.
Okay. As you put him to rest, you gain a small temporary benefit. The pirate rides with ye. And this simply means that you have advantage on any saves or checks regarding swimming or water or the sea, or anything aquatic until your next long rest. And then he'll be put to peace. That's not just Mark, by the way. That's all of you. As the pirate's spirit leaves in peace, you will have that thing. And then I'm assuming what you're going to do is step up to the top of the butthole, and then the anti-magic stone in.
Put the stone down.
Yeah? Everybody happy with that?
Yep.
Dissenters in the chat. Very good. When stepping too close to the hole, you will feel like the magic on your item sort of dampens immediately. But as long as you move around the outside, then you can pass freely around it. The hole is quite deep, so it's 60-foot sphere is only just popping out the top of the hole.
But even just with like opening it up to like drop it down there, like feels like it's like leans against a pillar, like the whole just like a slumping kind of sort of thing.
Yeah, is that because so much of him is magic dependent, or is there right? Okay, you're not like holding a bag of holding or something.
It's not like there's no actual mechanical thing whereby his magic is actually propping him up physically, but he's a very, very weak person and relies on his magic to feel like he can get through the day.
Cool. And
it is interesting. We're all a little bit magical. Like every one of us can cast a spell, so I guess it would be affecting us in some sort of way.
Josh asserts that he's not magical, even though he does cool magical things.
No, but you can cast a spell.
I don't flavor it like that, though.
No, he doesn't cast a spell. I'm trying to decide if an anti-magic cone would affect an illithid or a... I'm pretty sure it still would prevent their psionic spellcasting. It's a very different form of magic, but I think it is still magic, even though it isn't the arcane. Mm-hmm. So yes, I would agree with you. You're all magical in some way or another. Isn't that sweet? The power of magic and friendship. But yeah, as you guys are up here, I did bring you guys to the next map, right? Yeah, I did. You will note there is a descending staircase down. Now, obviously, in some respects, your job here is done. But you were told if there was anything lying around loose, you were more than willing to take it. Not even loose, just being lying around that wasn't guarded. So if I was you, I'd head down to the next floor and grab some treasure, but if you want to just wander off, feel free.
No, we need to get treasure.
Yeah, I'm up for that. I think we said that like we would do our mission first and then we would kind of explore more.
Exactly that. Yeah.
It has been rather unrewarding so far.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, you would know that obviously there is treasure behind each of those stone golem rooms at the top. But the main vault is below. And as you descend that staircase, you will arrive here. I spread you out a little bit. On your left, as you get down here, to the, you can see a large iron golem with a big gaping hole at the center of his body. And on the other side, you will see one that has a large red gem at the center. It's clear that one of these golems is completely useless on the left. The one on the right is clearly active. It is also very clear that he is guarding that door specifically.
That was the one that has all the treasure in it.
What about this door down below?
Yeah, down below you see a large bronze and brass door with sort of silver cogs and iron workings. It looks like there's a sort of series of circular levers that can be turned or twisted. Anybody wants to try and work them out, let me know and head on over. Or if we just want to go Pietro, go solve, that's also perfectly valid.
Yeah, I think both of me will go solve.
Do you want to give Pietro the help action? Is that what I'm...
Sure.
Yeah, or he can give you... I don't actually know who has the higher Arcana roll.
We're the same, but this is actually based on intelligence, which I think makes more sense here.
Yeah. That is definitely true. So he will go with advantage and get an nat 20. Look at that, easy.
I was gonna say guidance, but he doesn't use that.
No, he doesn't. Pietro looks at this for a moment, and then he'll quickly realize that all the levers can be brought to a central point, at which point the whole central console can be turned and the levers themselves would move. It's a fairly simplistic puzzle, and he will unlock the door for you.
Oh man, that's more doors.
Yeah, can you guys see the end of the corridor from there?
Yes.
Fantastic. At the end of the corridor, you will see what looks like a sort of high-backed chair. When over the top of it is a sort of panel with 6 gems set evenly across it. It looks like some form of control console.
You said there are 6 gems?
There are. And if you would like to take a nice slow waltz through here, I know this is reverse order, but don't worry, you're not going to die. You'll see that I haven't attached the doors very well. They all seem to have gaps in them. That's worrying, but there are 6 doors. Yeah. Why are there gaps in the doors? Let's do...
No.
I really thought this would be pretty foolproof. Let's try a more foolproof method of doing it while you're there. Insight on stream as to how I built this shenanigans. Stop your sneak previews from happening. Cool. Let's tighten up those doors. Yeah, 6 doors, 6 gems above the seat. Is Pietro currently sitting on it? What's happening there?
You moved us down there.
All right, yeah, you're right. I did. I slid you guys down the corridor. Yes, I just wanted to demonstrate there were 6 doors. So yeah, there is a very clear gem per door. There's a different gem for each different door. Going down the left-hand side, you have topaz, garnet, citrine, aquamarine, sapphire, and emerald.
Do the doors have keyholes?
No.
Do they have little windows like a jail door?
No.
Do they have a little gap at the bottom separating the door from the floor?
No.
They did. They don't anymore.
Yeah, exactly. They do not. They are very, very well guarded. And are
I'm just going to open it then.
How?
Oh no, it's locked. By pushing at it?
Yeah, you push on it and you see that gem sort of pulse.
What if I take the gem?
You cannot. It's set into the door. It is large.
What if I try and pry it out of the door?
It's not necessarily real. Makes any sense? Like it's in the gems above the seat are definitely real. Above the chair at the bottom, that's the console. The gems in the doors seem like sort of pieces of glass and stone.
What if I smash it?
You try and pry it out first. Give me one check at a time.
Okay.
Give me an athletics check.
Are you sure it's not acrobatics?
I am entirely 100%
certain. Wheels, is it acrobatics?
You're not trying to cartwheel it out the hole.
That's a 19 and 9.
Yeah. You try and lever it out, and you kind of work out that even if the strongest of you was to pair up, and try and you'd have to pretty much deconstruct the door. It might be easier to use the console to open it. I think Pietro would be quite quick to point that out.
Boxxo, stand back.
That was excellent.
Whichever color Boxxo is at, though, Pietro will first try to, just in case, poke the control emerald with his mage hand. It may not work, but he would try that first.
So the stone sits set above the seat, and as you sort of poke it first with mage hand, nothing happens at all.
Okay.
And you definitely get the impression, Bell would get the impression that you would need to be sat in the seat to control.
Stand aside. You need a bit more showmanship for this. And he plops himself down into the chair. Very nicely.
Good
Interesting.
choice. Make him a charisma saving throw.
Certainly.
Oh, no.
Which is definitely the right thing.
It seemed dramatic.
Yeah.
Ugh. Why don't I use my advantage on these things? 11.
You can use the advantage if you want.
I don't know if I even have it right now. Hold on. Oh, I do.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Oh, no, that's the wrong button entirely. Sorry, that was concentration. You can use the roll if you prefer.
Yeah, I will. I will take the 24. And as you sort of sit in there, you feel this sort of a surge of energy go through you, and a force begin to sort of almost invade your mind. It doesn't feel like a being that's got a specific purpose. Instead, it feels like a sort of powerful, latent magic. And you are very quickly able to assert your control over it. And then it sort of reveals itself to you. It is simply, a door locking mechanism. If you had have been the one wearing with the key, you would have been able to unlock maybe one of these doors. But what you've done is, because you sort of sat there and taken over it magically, you need no specifically assigned key. You can open whichever doors you want. Do you want to open them all at once and let chaos reign supreme? Do you want to open the one that Boxxo is standing next to? Or just to be a dick, do you want to open the one furthest away from him? Or any other sort of logic that you might have. A reminder that it was topaz, garnet, citrine, aquamarine, sapphire, emerald. Oh, that was like a memory challenge there. I don't know why I did that to myself instead of reopening the notes.
Boy. No, this is the one that he's already. Although it's the closest to us too. Mm-hmm. That concerns me. Let's start with what we would have encountered first in the room, shall we? And I'll the one closest. The doors are staggered, so I was thinking this one on the right.
Oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yep. So this is the aquamarine door, and as you sort of think about that, the aquamarine light sort of shines out down the corridor, and you hear the sound of the door opening.
Let someone have a look.
Okay. Goofy?
Wait, which one? Which door?
End of the corridor on the right.
Ugh, I roll my eyes as Vel opens the furthest one away.
Oh, you just run up.
Okay, Boxxo, stop there, please. As you stare, as you walk into here, you see a large mirror with a face sort of protruding from. You were even told this was down here.
Yes.
So you have advantage on the save because you know the mirror's nature. Give me a charisma save with advantage, please.
Are you sure it's not Dex? That is a 13. But I will use a card if I can.
Okay. You may use this. No, can't read that bit. You must endure the presence of a few caterpillars should you wish to become acquainted with the butterflies.
19.
19. Yeah, you feel yourself being sucked into the mirror. And indeed, as that is happening to you, you see one and then another face of a hydra sort of leaping forward into the mirror.
Ooh.
Surge out as you would be sucked in and replace it. You quickly know to turn your face away. That is a mirror of life trapping in there, and it looks like it weighs about 2,500 pounds. As it has a huge stone plinth base.
Boxxo, I think you should step away from that.
I can feel the comparison between Josh thinking, I can't take that treasure with me, but could we kill the Hydra for XP?
Yeah. Duh.
Yes, Vel, it's at this point that you realise that you can unlock the doors without opening. Not that necessarily means you should unlock them all, because obviously, who knows what's behind them, but just to make you aware, you can unlock it without opening it, should you wish to unlock one of the closer ones at any point.
I have a feeling that these treasures are maybe not something we want to tackle.
Well, we
were told that things were locked here because they were evil.
You were actually very specifically told by that guy that some of them were locked there because they were evil. Some of them were locked there because they were very powerful in the wrong hands, and some because they were not understood or locked away for a later date. Like, they're not all... Okay. You definitely know they're not all evil. The Mirror of Life Trapping, quite evil.
So just to make sure it's possible too, if everyone's out of the life trapping room now, I will try to relock that one.
Easy. Done.
Okay.
Just a thought.
Any sense of whether I would have to redominate the chair if I got off and got back on?
No, it would recognize you as a controller. That would be a bit shitty.
Well then, I mean, it would be okay even for you not to tell me that was going to happen, but I wanted to ask. So I will say, I think you're going to need me even if we go one at a time. So I'll unlock them all and get up and walk around, but not open them.
Okay.
I wonder if that tested your sense of personality, Boxxo. If each one of these is going to test a different sense of self.
Why do people always come up with cooler ideas for my dungeon than the ones that are present? While we're there, they're like, hey, let's do that. Maybe it's this thing. And I'm like, I fucking wish it was.
It could be.
Spoiler alert, Jack, I don't think it is.
Okay.
That's really cool.
But,
oh, sorry.
It makes sense. I'm not that smart, so I come up with the wrong thing.
Okay, do not open them until I have finished unlocking them, please. And obviously you leave that one locked that you were just playing with, yeah?
Sure.
Okay, cool.
Right.
Bang! Corrie, Boxxo, Toothy, Pietro, please make me a dexterity save. You open this door and you see a statue of a draconic face that just breathes a king cone of frost at you. No questions asked.
People have +3 to their rolls because of my aura.
Nat 20 for Corrie.
Okay.
26.
16.
No, okay. Pietro?
12 with the +3.
Love that. Okay. Pietro takes 24 cold damage. The rest of you take 12. Vel'zekiss takes none.
I take none.
Yes, evasion is a... Why would you take none? You're not level 7. Are you?
Okay, fine. I will take half.
You can't evade anything yet. Lying little
How
shit.
much damage was it?
24 cold, 12 and a save. You see, as you look at it, its eyes sort of glow, and that it sort of takes a moment, and then you see it begin to charge up again. You would estimate that every 6 seconds, this is going to breathe the dragon's breath at the door. Dragon's breath.
Lock that one!
You just shut it again?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and as soon as you shut it, you do not hear any magic charge. You would guess it detected the presence of you lot. Front of it. I know what
I can't.
So get out of the way.
Pietro.
Sorry, you can't move Pietro?
I can't hurt him.
Oh, good.
On his sheet. I can
nice.
click from his sheet, but I can't change his HP.
Yeah, that is fair. He failed, right?
Yeah, 24.
Okay. I have hurt him.
I think you should have hurt him more than that.
12? Oh, 24. 24. You're right. Gee, that's quite a lot. Do you guys have a greater healing potion?
Well, I mean, he's
That's
at
you, right?
crazy inflated XP or HP, so it's not the end of the world.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true. How are you on potions? Because he doesn't have any. How are the group potions? Are they like 20 or are they like 2?
He also should have his pie. I think I was the only one that had to eat mine.
Okay, yeah, 2d8 plus 6, right?
Yep.
16, 22.
We also have
yeah, cool. Okay, bang, we'll just do that.
4 greater.
He'll
4
just eat a pie.
greater and 2 common.
Yeah, he'll just eat a pie. Okay. Pick a door.
Let's go.
All guns. Okay. You see a large golem made of salt and crystals dripping down. A door stands behind him. As you step in, Boxxo, he will step forward. Speak your name.
Boxxo Death Scale?
Boxxo Death Scale, to what claim do you lay on the treasures below? What claim do you place on the treasures below, sir?
I place the claim of finders keepers, losers weepers.
Roll initiative. All of you.
That's valid.
Bill.
I'm very glad you did that. I wanted this fight. Oh, nice. Nice. Okay, not so nice for Toothy, but... Oh, you're able to roll Pietro's. Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Toothy was looking the other way. Everybody else rolled decently, but Toothy's looking in the opposite direction. Does anybody want to swap? What are you thinking?
I mean, someone can have Pietro's if you know you want to go first for a good reason.
I might want to go in there to block the thing. So,
yeah, go ahead.
Want to swap me and Pietro?
Okay. And I'm gonna lower Boxxo's by 1 just to put a gap between Vel and Pietro, because they were tied for 15. And with that, Toothy, you are up.
Me?
Well, you just swapped with
Pietro.
Pietro.
Oh, Pietro rolled 22. Yeah. I thought you rolled 15. I was looking at Boxxo for some reason. Alright. I hear this and I run in. Oh shit! I try to get past. Oh.
Yeah, you can move past Boxxo.
Yeah.
You see this sort of salt golem with all like its sort of salt and crystals. Its eyes have turned a dark red, and it is trying to kill Boxxo.
All right. Think I'll attack it.
Great.
Yeah. And is that hit? Was it 19 to hit?
A 19 hits. Make a dex save.
Okay.
And then give me the damage.
There's a 22 on my dex save.
As you hit it, shards of sand and tiny salt crystals just erupt out. You sort of turn your eyes quickly. Give me some deeps.
All right. I think I'm gonna smite on this one just to gauge.
Oh, okay.
How much damage do we need to do to this thing? So this is the regular damage. That's 11 slashing damage.
From a magical weapon, yeah?
From a magical weapon,
Okay.
yes. And then I have my bloodshed scimitar, so my AC is, I gotta remember. And then I'm gonna smite.
You okay?
Oh, I don't know why I rolled twice. I pressed cast. I did the damage and then pressed cast to take up the spell slot. So take the first one.
Total of 8?
Or whichever one.
Is that correct?
Yeah, total of 8.
Cool.
Yeah. 8 radiant.
Yep. Second attack?
And then I'll swing again.
Ooh.
Even though it might not be good for me. Yeah. Well, that's right. That's a 13 to hit.
I'll miss.
Alright. That'll be the end of my turn then.
Corrie, you are up.
Cool. We're just going to do a level 1 bless, hitting Vel, Boxxo, and Toothy.
Cool.
And turning on my buff. And yeah, that's it for me. I'm actually going to step back a little bit.
Yep.
I'm good.
Okay. That brings us to Vel'zekiss.
Alright, I will step in front of the door. See where things are. Yep, that's where they are. Okay. Well, you've blessed me. Did I use something that bothers with that? I feel like it's like I went really resource light through everything above, and I don't know whether to keep going that way or not, but I will for the moment. I will grab him at a distance with the old hand. So that's... Oh, no, not advantage, just a plus d4. If I need it. Does a 19 hit without the bless?
I will take the bless because you use it on every attack and every save, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we don't. You don't have to tell me. So
I'll take a dex
23.
save from Boxxo and Toothy, please, as your strike hits and shards of salt and crystal are up from the body. Give me the damage.
I don't wanna.
24.
Cool. The two of you are very quick to avert your eyes as the salt erupts.
14 necrotic.
Nice. It takes it in full.
Well, that was annoying. No matter what we hit him with. All right, well, I'll just keep moving.
When he takes damage, you would assume.
Yep.
Okay, Boxxo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my Nick ability to attack him with my 2 psychic blades. Am I flanking?
Yes, plus 2 to hit.
Cool. That's a nat 20 for a 30.
Yep.
That is...
I don't need you to roll any dice.
Oh.
I'm afraid he's immune to psychic damage.
Nice crit, loser.
Sorry. I didn't want you to get a nat 20 on the first time you discovered this, but yeah, he is immune to psychic damage.
No wonder you wanted us to take this fight.
I want you to take the fight because of the door behind it.
My Toothy, you see Boxxo's eyes just go wide, and he kind of mutters under his breath, "The prophecy." And I will bonus action.
You could still
disengage.
manifest the blade. It just didn't do anything. Yeah, cool. Absolutely fine. The golem turns towards Toothy. Tries to kill you.
Yeah. Yep.
That is nat 20.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
I'll do it.
Oh, that's not good. Okay. That is 33 bludgeoning damage.
Nah, I'm good.
44 necrotic damage.
Okay, nah, I'm not good.
No. I didn't think so. That is not the nat 20 I wanted to see. Vel'zekiss, it steps out and so past you, and then boom, thunders its fist into Boxxo. Josh, you are so lucky. That sat on a nat 20 for like 3 seconds, and then just over to a 9, over to a 5. That is a 14 to hit you.
Yeah, fuck you, you big piece of salt.
Yeah, and then Vel, this is why I said Vel, because he was going to step past you, but I decided to make the attack first. He is going to step out of your range should you wish to opportunity attack. I think you have Warcaster, do you? Is that you?
I do, actually. But
a reminder that in the 2024 rules, you can cast a spell. You want?
Yeah. Well, I could have.
Speaking of that, James, did you decide if you want to allow healing on Warcaster? I sent you
Healing
a
on
DM a few
Warcaster?
days ago.
No.
Because it's any creature, it's not hostile creature.
Good lord, no.
Okay,
Triggers,
cool.
yeah, no.
That's what I asked.
Because just because a creature has moved out your range, it doesn't say when a creature triggers an opportunity attack.
But opportunity attack is no longer hostile. It's just a creature moves out of your range.
So you think that if a creature runs past you, you should be allowed to heal
Well,
them?
you take the opportunity to quickly do
I tell you what, Mark. If you have the Warcaster feat, I am absolutely fine with you healing creatures that move out of your range, as long as they are hostile enemies.
Cool. Perfect.
So you can heal the golem, not your allies.
Why I asked?
No, I think that rule is ridiculous and kind of fun. Joe, what do you want to do?
I want
you're right,
to.
It would be in range of you and Boxxo in this situation, not in range of all your party. I suppose.
Is it?
It's as he steps out your range, right?
Get rid of them. Well, I mean, I can't get rid of him, but
I know what you mean. Just get out of here.
Yeah, I mean, like, do I want to hurt? How much? It wasn't that bad. Everybody passed the save, so we don't know how bad it is. I think, right? So
Indeed.
That door's still open. It's just not worth it.
Oh, sorry. Jack, can I take a Constitution save, please?
Yeah.
When he hit you, I forgot to do it because you went down, and therefore I didn't think too much about it.
That's an 18.
Okay. Yeah. No problem.
I don't think there's anywhere fun enough to send him. He's walking that direction, so Thunderwave's not going to do any good. Jesus.
Bite him.
Yeah, I know. Well, the thing is, I've got extra health right now, but I don't know about Box, so it looks okay.
You have noticed that the save has been to avert your eyes from the salt coming out. You'd probably guess that that's against being blinded.
Yeah, that's bad.
It's not great.
I'm not going to do anything. That's the thing, too, is I've kind of regretted taking Warcaster from the beginning, because I don't really have anything that's good to do with it, to be honest.
Well, yeah, I mean, even if you never use it, Warcaster is still good for all those other things, right? So it's not too bad.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Then it's going to step past you and step there. Pietro, you're up.
I know, and I got distracted from looking at Pietro stuff, which I had been doing, because suddenly I had to be me again.
Yeah, it is the one problem with the double control.
I just don't like putting other people. As a player, I can't stand harming my other friends' players. It just drives me nuts. Fuck. And he's too close now. I can't even shove him away from everybody. One thing Pietro's good at. Jesus.
Only if Boxxo had stood in that door and blocked him.
He doesn't have nearly as much spells left.
This isn't even the room I wanted to go in. So if you want to blame anyone, blame the lizard.
You do know this is a
I didn't check the door.
No, but you refused to open mine.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't do any good.
No, I know. I'm just making you make sure.
Shatter him. There's no space. Christ. Dodge.
Okay, cool. Love that. I absolutely love that. Do you want to... Oh, dodge, not disengage. You're going to stay there, but dodge. Fantastic. Toothy, make a death save to me in private, please.
Yep.
Oh, I didn't even realize that was happening.
Yeah, Toothy got absolutely one-bopped.
Jesus.
But it's okay. Corrie's up.
I didn't know he was down for a while. I'm going to saddle past Boxxo here. Excuse me. And then toss a... we'll do second level healing word.
Okay. 44 plus modifier, right?
Yep. So 16 to Toothy.
Nice, good healing.
And then I will take the dodge action.
Okay. Vel?
Okay. Now I might do what I wasn't going to do with my Warcaster just because I'm so sick of him being in there. He's got to be fast enough, though. It doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm. You would guess as well, being a golem, that it can be quite difficult to get.
I know, he's
saved
high
through.
con.
Yeah.
I don't have any idea what to do, guys. I mean, Vel'zekiss, I know, doesn't like to express uncertainty, but...
I mean, Boxxo has obviously succeeded at all the dex saves so far. Corrie's quite dexterous, right?
I got a +2.
And most of Mark's kit can function a little bit.
I was going to say, if I'm blinded, it doesn't really hurt me that much.
I'm just like, do what you want. I'm gonna nuke the thing with my special weapon. So I'm gonna do 6d10 to it at one point.
Yeah, well, I mean, I
because
can try to
this fight needs to end.
So
well,
big
right,
damage
I
quickly.
agree with that.
Okay.
Yeah, big damage quickly in one turn as well. So it's not like it's gonna be. So hopefully it takes it out. It might not though. That's the thing. And I'm gonna second level smite. So.
I can't do that though because it'll hurt everybody. Yeah, well, let's third level magic missile him.
Cool, great. Love that. Go ahead and give me the damage.
Okay, 5 of these, yeah.
Okay. Whew. Big damage. 7, 12, 19, 23, 30 damage.
There you go.
Mark.
Oh, and Tides of Chaos. I'm sorry, and
Josh, roll me a 5d20, please. And add your dex modifier to each of those. Your dex save to each of those.
God damn it! Sorry, I had a really, really, really punishing, unpleasant fighting game last night, and I'm over it.
It's alright, so far so good.
All damaging spells you deal with in the next minute do an additional 1d8 to the relevant damage chart. That's pretty cool. Love that.
Don't worry, I'm never doing damage again as long as I live.
What's your modifier, Corrie?
+4 on the save.
Cool, you're blinded. Pietro is blinded.
All of my rolls before adding a modifier. Well, after adding a modifier, we're all above 18.
Great. Love that, Boxxo. You're not blinded, and it's your turn. And you don't have to use a psychic weapon. One chance.
Yes, I will reluctantly draw out my crystal rapier.
Does crystal beat salt?
I don't know.
Let's find out.
Yes, let's find out.
+2 from flanking.
Yep. 27 to him.
Yes, that is higher than its armor class, I can confirm. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So that is 12 piercing.
Which is wounded.
And is that modifier as well? No. 8 radiant. And I will use a charge of the sword to heal for 8 healing as well.
I'm assuming you'd also like to use your sneak attack.
Oh, yeah.
Rogue.
Oh, yeah. That's fine.
We should probably do that. It's going to be the difference between winning and losing.
16.
Okay, cool. Creature severely wounded. Very hurt.
Yep. Do we need to make saves?
Yeah, you do need to make... you personally need to make a save. Dex save.
I should make a dex.
Yeah.
24.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Cool. And now bonus action disengage.
Okay. It's gonna try and hit Pietro with a straight roll, because Pietro is blind but dodged. It's a 23 to hit Pietro, which will hit even if he shields.
Yeah, yes.
So that'll be 23 bludgeoning and 17 necrotic for a total of 40, which I will do now. And then the next one's coming at you with advantage, Corrie.
I also dodged.
No, you dodged.
So
You dodged. Yeah, you
roll.
did. Sorry. Thank you. 25, though. I'm assuming that'll hit you. I don't know why it's still rolling. Ironically, it's rolling the same thing, though.
That will hit.
16 bludgeoning. 19 necrotic.
Sorry, guys. I was meant to booming blade. I completely forgot.
It would have made no
35.
difference, don't worry. Yep.
And then concentration.
Yep. DC 17 con save. One advantage, I
I'm
think, because
good.
you have some shit. Pietro is up but blind. So I don't know if you want to Blade Ward and dodge.
Oh, sorry, it's his turn.
Yeah, that's alright. He can't see, which I think renders his entire kit useless.
Yeah, probably.
And the creature's on the brink of death, so I wouldn't worry too much about it.
Well, he can run away.
Yeah, that's true.
So he's not there and gets
disengage?
hit when it gets killed. I mean,
Yeah.
just disengage and go out around the corner.
Cool.
So that
Yep. And Toothy, you're up.
It's almost dead. I mean,
Pietro is no longer blind.
no.
Oh.
It's to the end
And
of your
we've
next
got
turn.
Corey coming up, and you,
Yeah, just walk out and
Val,
stab it.
and Boxxo. Just walk out and stab it. I'm not going to waste any resources then.
I love that. You can use them all to heal yourself back up.
Alright, just attack it with the scimitar.
Cool.
That's a 21. No.
Yeah, that'll hit.
22, 23.
Yeah, you've got bless as well and all sorts else besides. Yeah, but
Yeah, bless.
Yeah, you hit.
That's 8 slashing damage.
Yeah, okay.
Dex save.
Yeah, that.
A 6.
Okay. You know where it is. You can make an attack with disadvantage.
Sounds good. As in 20
it hits.
non-natural. Yeah. That is 11 slashing damage.
He's described as Grisly Demise.
Alright. As the salt gets into these eyes, you're just gonna hear and it's just slash it wildly and like getting my hand in there as well, not my hand but my shield in there, and I'm just going nuts, and I'm sort of just like, instead of one hit, I imagine it's like a bunch of little just chips to everywhere, and it sort of just breaks apart and the limbs fall off and the torso cracks down and the head gets chipped off and everything.
Beautiful. Take 1080 XP. I put that in chat. 1080, whatever you guys want to. Yeah, that's a tough fight. And And it's a particularly mean fight as well because it's immune to psychic damage. It's immune to thunder damage, which is the real go-to fort of damage.
Oh, wow.
And it cannot be moved, teleported, or have its form changed. So it really was the enemy to make you all salty, if you will pardon the pun. However, it does succeed in you killing it. And when you defeat it, the door behind it, behind it, you will see this door sort of open wide. The whole wall opens out. Just hold on, Josh, please. Sorry, we're still, some people have, 16 hit points. The music hasn't been changed. Mark's muted.
What?
Oh, no, you're not. Okay, I thought you said something and couldn't hear it.
No.
Cool. So let's just sort that out first. Toothy, Corrie, Pietro. What's the doing?
Well, I haven't eaten my pie or my
Did you
whatever.
make two
whatever
pies? Did I make that up?
I only made one set of pies, and then I did the turn undead twice.
Of course you did. Yeah, cool.
Yep.
But yes, you would sell the pie. I believe previously Mark was the only person who'd used one.
I used my pie to get Corrie up in the fight.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you shoved it in my face.
Yeah, that
Sure did.
Yeah, but you would have
So,
it's 22.
Vel'zekiss, do you have a pie that you could share?
I think I might have eaten it.
Cool. I'm gonna be making a fresh set anyways. So I'm just gonna.
Looks like I have it. I usually do mark it.
Cool.
So you can have it.
Right. I will
Public?
eat that, but then I'm also going to take the time here as we hold Boxxo by his collar to keep him from going into the next room to make another set of pies.
Hold on, Josh, please. Sorry, it's not that I don't want you going in there because you're doing you. It's because I'm not on the right screen. I'm doing other things. I understand that's annoying, but just please temper our patience. I have fixed the magnificent feast food to resemble the right number, but you may find that you have to remove it and re-add it for it to do such a thing. I'll try refreshing your character sheets first. In terms of Pietro, did you doing another pie? First, I think he will use the pie that you're making now to heal up. How long does it take you to make those pies?
10 minutes.
Oh, okay. There's no way Boxxo's gonna wait 10 minutes. Okay. So
just
that
eat
is...
the pie I already had, and then
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at my pie and then look at the salt golem, and then grab some salt and sprinkle it on my pie.
Also would like to gather some salt from the golem, taste a little bit, see if it's some good sea salt.
Yeah, it is. It's rock salt, believe it or not. Boxxo. As you enter on into here, you will notice that upon the tables are various treasures. And at the very end of the room is a sort of large, ornate, what looks like a gold casket. And at the front is a sort of twisting mechanic that looks like it's designed to open it.
What kind of treasures are on these little pedestals?
So, as you look to the left, up here, you will see what looks like a banner folded up around a tall golden post. You see infernal writings written upon it that burn in flame. It looks horrifying. When you look to your right, so to the bottom, right, you will see what is quite frankly the most frightening thing you've really ever seen. This talisman is made of a skull with it sort of has flames coming out of it. It has adamantine horns tipped in obsidian, and that it is radiating sheer evil at you.
I'm gonna grab my blanket and throw it on top of it.
Yep, absolutely. You try and cover it, and it just incinerates the blanket. That is a talisman of ultimate evil over there. Just get away from it. However, the rest of the shit doesn't seem so bad. There are on the left some caltrops, which, if you guys want to come in here, just so that you can see, by the way. I know that it might not be what your characters are doing, but just so that you've got a vision. Hold on a second. Toothy, I need to borrow your token, please.
Yep.
Oh, I can't. Is it fucked?
What's the plus?
Bless.
Oh.
Oh, that is so annoying. Okay.
What's wrong?
It's my Roll20, and I hate having to refresh because it fucks the music and the stream and everything else. But we will have to just wait. Your token, like, as it moved, it left a stream behind it of tokens. And that's just really annoying. Oh, hey, friendly here. Sorry I missed the raid. I did not get the little alert sound in my ears, but nice to see you. I hope your stream went really well. It is always a pleasure.
Gonna say, I'm not an Echo Knight.
You guys should be coming to the end of
You
your...
can never have too many
your
Toothies.
campaign, I think, shouldn't you? Toothy, all of you will note, or rather Boxxo will note up to the north, that there are some caltrops that are tipped with strange pale blue and dark blue magic. They don't look evil, they don't look vile, they just look kind of cool. And there are 4 of them, if you can't count. On the bottom table are 4 small purple beads that glisten with magic.
Mm-hmm.
At the top right is a sphere that I'm going to struggle to describe without pinging it, so bear with me. Didn't turn on partnered content, so that didn't work. Try again. It is a sort of muted bronze sphere, and you see like numbers moving around it, Roman numerals, different intricate little etchings all over it, and magic is moving all around on it. It is made of brass. It is roughly fist-sized. And then to the south, you see a small adamantine rod that is decorated with rubies. No, it doesn't. It looks like a rod of some, like a sort of a rod that can be activated in some way.
Okay. Then
obviously at the end of the thing, you see this huge gold ornate item.
Yeah, I think I'll just head straight to it.
Okay.
And you said that you have to like move a thing on it.
Yeah, it's there's a sort of crank mechanism.
Yeah, I'll crank it.
As you do, the big gold ornate sort of container, if you will, opens up. You will see inside a cauldron, sort of huge, 5 foot in height, and then lying in that cauldron, leaning out of it, is a body within, wearing a strange armor that seems to grow either into or out of its skin. It has a strange amulet with a rib cage in the shape of a heart over it, with a red gem at it. It wears a helm that comes down over its face, with big dark glass steel eyes, sort of in long loops over its face, and a red flame sort of flickers over the eyes. It holds in one hand a sort of rod where it has 2 long tendrils coming out of it that wrap around his arm. In the other hand, a chain that glows with infernal flames and dangles off of his arm. And finally, around his waist, you see this sort of, that his armor is belted with this sort of large, wide black belt, and the front of the belt is the face of a hellhound. If ever there was an evil person placed anywhere, it would look... it could not look more like that. Just to clarify real quick, big cauldron, body, copy-paste that, wearing a strange armor that seems to grow out of his skin with an unusual scepter, pendant of a rib cage around neck, Strange, long, dark steel. It's called dark glass steel. I don't know why that sentence is so hard. Eyelet, helmet. I think you'd recognize the tentacle rod and infernal chain on either arm. I said scepter. I didn't really mean scepter. It's the tentacle rod I was talking about. So there you go. That's him in there.
I leave the room shaking my head.
You don't want any of it.
No.
For the rest of you, if you want to go around and attempt to identify any of these items, I will take Arcana checks from anybody who's looking at them.
Did we get a description of this top one up here?
Yes, that is a battle standard with a long red drape with infernal writing on it. Pretty dark. For what it's worth, the 4 items here do not look evil. They just look usual. These 2 look very evil, and whatever's going on in that chest is dark as fuck.
Yeah, so I would look at the 4 kind of purplish beads.
Oh, yeah, give me an Arcana check.
I didn't look very hard. It's an 8. But you know what? I'm going to guidance myself because I remember these things.
Mm-hmm.
So it's an 11.
You picked the thing with the lowest DC, and you got the DC. That's good. I love that. Yes, these are beads of force. You would know to handle them carefully, but other than that, they're pretty simple. 4 of them. 4 beads of force.
The ball with the writing around it seems more Pietro.
Yep. I would definitely say that Pietro would not only be able to check, but he would have advantage on that roll.
Okay. Ooh. Oh, I might not be able to do it. Oh, you know what? I can't. Did that work? Did that come through?
It did work. It's not with advantage, but you passed the DC, so don't worry too much about it.
Oh, okay.
This is a chronal sphere. While you hold it, sort of tiny mechanisms move. As a bonus action, you can speak its command word, causing it to tell the current time. And once ever, it can cast haste and then slow. DC 18. No concentration required.
Interesting.
And whilst Pietro was able to identify it, I will let you know, Vel, that you can meta magic spells from items. So, if you wish to use that one casting of no concentration haste to twin spell it, you're more than welcome to do so, because that'll be cool. Also, Rico's not here, so he doesn't get anything. Would either of you like to identify the adamantine rod with a red gem on it, or the 4 caltrops?
I was thinking the rod more than the caltrops.
Cool. Go ahead, give me your Arcana check. This is an adamantine and a ruby rod. Oh.
26.
Yeah, you've read about these long ago. This is a Tower of Ishastar. There's a very long description. TLDR. Put the thing on the floor and go, and it will become a tower. You need to be in a place where this tower can be built. It is 60 foot in diameter and 120 foot in height. If there's not space to create it, it just fails. And it is a persistent interdimensional tower that you can use as a base. It will be improvable as the campaign goes on using the Bastions section of DMG. But I will talk to you all about that outside of session. Right now, just know that you've got an improvable base. And so I'm very glad you took that fight out there, because I genuinely would have had to find somewhere else to put this item.
But it stays in one place?
No, you can put it back down again. You can collapse it back down to the road and bring it with you.
That's exactly what he wanted.
Good.
I just didn't get around to telling you.
Yeah, fantastic. I'm very glad about that. It is a base that you could all improve. Just to let you know, it starts with basic facilities. Each one of you gets a bedroom and then... I read some. I writ something. Apparently, I wrote something down somewhere, but I can't remember where. Oh, I've got it here. The tower starts with a single cramped bedroom, and a space for each of you to sleep, but not a sort of bedroom or whatever. It is worth mentioning that items, if you try and decorate the inside yourselves without talking to the Guardian and purchasing them properly, furniture will slide around all over the place when you decapitate it, when you disassemble it. What is with me with weird words? Whereas if you do the proper purchasing process, it will be object permanent and everything will be beautiful. You can, however, use it for storage, anything non-breakable right now. Well, when you can make it. Cool. Just to let you know, this was an amulet of a talisman of ultimate evil, and that was a battle standard of infernal power. I'm assuming you're leaving them there. Anybody looking at the caltrops or all the shenanigans going on in that chest?
I mean,
I feel like if we touch that guy, he'll wake up and we will have to fight him.
Yeah, I have no interest in super evil dude in a cauldron.
No, but I do think, Corrie, you'll recognize that cauldron. You've seen one of these in the temple at Mazrea.
Okay.
Not an evil item per se. Well, a little bit. But they believe it can be used for good purposes. It is a cauldron of rebirth. And the fact that he is lying inanimate in there means the magic failed. He was not able to be reanimated. This has a tiny pot form. It just doesn't work when there's a corpse in it. It can't be brought down. But the Cauldron of Rebirth itself, not all that bad. Ignore the thing where it says requires achievement by Druid or Warlock. It basically makes a greater healing potion once per day and can raise dead once. I don't know. It's set once every 7 days. Yes, there's nothing really wrong with that.
No.
It's him trying to use it that was the evil thing. So if you want to tip him out,
Timothy, could you tip that cauldron? It's a bit too big for me.
Yeah, right.
Timothy, when you tip him over, his helm will flare, his chains will light up, and actually, the chain will fall off his arm, dropping into the cauldron. You take the cauldron out, put it on the ground, and there's just this chain of sort of runes all along it. The tentacle rod is still getting grayed into his living armor. Living armor is like the most evil-looking shit ever. Just in case you are interested, though, Jack, it is plate, and it would reform to you if you wished. You'd look like the ultimate in evil, but it is.
I can't get through the aesthetic, man. I've got
to. Do you want me to read it to you?
I can't.
It says, this hideous armor is formed with black chitin, beneath which veins pulse and red sinews glisten. To attune to this item, you must wear it for the entire attunement period, during which the tendrils burrow inside you. This is technically +1 plate armor that gives you resistance to necrotic, poison, and psychic damage. However, each day you must feed it half your hit die or take a level of exhaustion. If that's not a price, I don't know what is. It's a hideous item. But it's pretty cool. The description is right at the top of all of that shit. I would assume that you're leaving it on the floor, but if Filthy wants to change his arc and walk off with that, I am totally behind it. There's also an infernal chain, but Mark, you can take the Cauldron of Rebirth.
Taken and attuned.
You don't need to attune. That's what I was saying. You can ignore the attunement completely. Did I? No, do I mean ignore the attunement, or did I mean you could ignore the attunement of the... I can't remember what it does.
Class.
I assume that the attunement is how I'd make the potion.
Hey, you do alchemy anyway. You'd need to attune to use the Raise Dead property. That's where I'm at. You need to, you need to attune to use the Raise Dead property, or to use it as a scrying component. But for just general the potion and carrying it around, you don't have to be attuned. It's a bit odd. There's 4 astral caltrops there. If anybody wants to walk off with those, they're kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, I want to know what they do. I was going to look at them, but
I can provide that information. These are kind of up Vel'zekiss' alley, actually, because they just tell someone to fuck off. No, they tell someone to stay still. These items, when somebody steps on them, deal 66 force damage and put somebody 20 feet up in the air, as if suspended by the levitate spell. For 4 rounds, 1d4 rounds.
It is up my alley because I'll put people on them.
Yes, exactly.
Are they rechargeable?
No. I don't think they are. Caltrops stop floating and become visible once they're reclaimed in this way. Is it?
Well, they explode when they lift them up there. So
Yes, that'll do it. Explodey, explodey.
Okay.
That's fine.
Those are cool.
But they do become invisible and float an inch off the ground when you do put them down. They are very cool. Look at me.
There's nothing here that we could sell. It's either stuff that we want or stuff that we don't want.
You might be able to sell the Infernal Chain if you wish. I will just tell you what that is because it's the last item I think that you would actually consider claiming. Because I don't think you're going to take the Tentacle Rod. But the last 2 items in there, the Heartless Cage Pendant and the Infernal Chain, are, I don't know, they're questionable. Let me ping them out for you guys just so that you know. The Infernal Chain says it is basically a flail. Deals an extra 1d8 fire damage, has the reach and the heavy property. It looks like this, which is kind of really cool. But it does like burn up your arm and stuff. Like it's kind of quite dark. Always warm to the touch, secures itself in place, 1d8 extra fire damage. Or you can grapple somebody as a bonus in place of an attack, and then do 2d8 fire to them each time they take a turn while grappled. However, it is cursed.
That's for the
Ghost Rider-esque.
What was that,
Yeah,
Joe?
very Ghost Rider.
I said that's for the buyer to find out. Caveat emptor.
Well, it's a curse that it's very obvious, but it's not all that like. It's a curse that somebody might well just choose to take.
Right.
Boxxo's already waiting at the next room.
He can wait until tomorrow. After everybody sleeps for a long... No, I'm okay, but I feel bad for Pietro since I'm in charge of him. I mean, he's okay too.
I killed him up, didn't I? Oh, no, you were going to take a 10-minute... we were going to take a 10-minute ET at some point, but right now we have not. If you want to look in there, you'll see 2 chests lit by lanterns, Boxxo.
Boxxo, easy. Easy. Check them out. You just close the door.
Just close the door.
on him.
I'm okay with that.
I will check to see if these chests are trapped.
They are not trapped.
Then I will check to see if they are locked.
Because they are not locked.
I will check to see if they are mimics. Oh, okay.
And roll me a 2d12, please.
2d12. An 11 and a 7.
Okay, we're going to move very briefly to the middle page, just so you can deal out your treasure cards, please. Because you won't be able to read them in that silly room.
Okay.
Sorry, what did you get?
An 11 and a 7.
An 11 and a 7. Let's start with the 7. let's just put them all on the page at the same time. Why not? A 7 will give you 42 gold pieces, 200 silver pieces, and that's obviously an AI error. It will give you a Cleric cantrip spell scroll, for which I need a D20, please.
A D20. 2.
A 2.
Curious now.
Mm-hmm.
We have a house.
Light.
What are you gonna do with your house funds?
Buy a house.
The house is for his parents, I think.
Yeah.
You don't want to move him into.
And they're not living in my tower.
No, I don't want them.
Yeah, you don't want to move into the tower.
Especially a tower that is like movable and collapsible into like a rod, right? What they're making it do.
Josh, there's a cantrip of light, 42 gold, 200 silver pieces. Okay.
Yes, it's 10. 10.
No. Oh, it's 10 what? Sorry, go on.
How many silvers and a gold?
So if you prefer to take it as gold, it's 62 gold pieces.
Okay, cool. I do.
Cool.
Thank you.
And then 11 will get you a potion of growth.
I will give both the potion and the light cantrip spell scroll to Corrie.
Okay.
But I'm pocketing the gold.
Is it because he's short?
No, I think I gave him the light cantrip spell scroll because he is currently blind to the ways of the law and he needs to see justice.
Blind to the ways of the law. Yeah. Cool.
Did you put the potion of growth in your inventory, Mark?
I did.
Cool.
I've got a couple of potions that I can remember to try and offer to people.
All good. All right.
These doors are equally spaced. What are you going to do about it?
Well, you wanted that one all along, Boxxo.
You wanted the one that had no guardian, no danger, and just a really, really beautiful magical hammer on a plinth. That's what you wanted. The one that offered no threat, no danger, free treasure. As you look over at that hammer, its workmanship is incredible. Marked with an Adobe stock writing on the edge of the picture that I didn't notice when I was doing it. Marked with ancient runes and engravings. Every inch of this hammer is crafted to perfection in the name of Fornax. It is a dwarven-made warhammer. Shines an inner light and flashes with power whenever it is swung or thrown. I know Toothy really doesn't want a hammer, but you gain +1 bonus to attacking damage rolls, additional 1d4 radiant damage on hit, and you may smite when you hit the target with a ranged attack with this weapon. So I figure you might use it to throw it at people.
Oh, that's cool.
It is slumbering. It will get better over time. Yeah. Happy hammering.
The hammer of Fornax.
Over the course of the 10 minutes that everybody else was looking at treasure, Corrie, you may have made some pies. I know there's still one door, but for reasons of the DM's own decision, you must eat your pie before opening that last door. I am going to make you open the door, but I am going to first of all ask you to eat your pies and heal at least Rico's character, who's not here, up with some health. So I'll give him 22, putting him up to 60.
I don't. If I have another new pie, I don't need it again. So.
Yeah, I mean,
double?
I was just, I would suggest giving both to Toothy then, right?
I'm gonna eat mine.
What should I do?
Another one more.
Hit up a pie.
Too.
Hit up with a pie. No,
Okay.
if that's okay,
That's
I'll take the other
22, right?
one for Pietro. Cool.
I'm still at super health from the like crazy aid that we got, so like I'm 63. I'm fine.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
That's 22 healing, right?
Yeah.
22
Yeah.
health. Cool.
And you have mine also, right?
I think you guys, after doing it all, will have 2 pies left. I don't know who wants to be holding them. If you're currently at these hit points, you guys have 2 pies left.
Yeah, if you want it.
I like Boxxo having one just for when I fall down, so
Sure, that's
you
good.
know.
Or me. Yeah.
Yeah, Toothy, you can hold it. You either eat it or use it. Up to you. How you want.
Alright. I'm at 60 of 69, so.
Okay.
If I cast Bless before we open this door, would it last for what we might see on the other side?
It didn't cast Bless before any of the other doors, so you'll have to find out what happens when you open the door first.
I don't want to be casting Bless like 5 times and use all my spell slot. All right,
Indeed. Good. Which is why I will simply say to you as you open up this door, a machine starts rolling towards you. Fast. And
Cool.
and it is going to come and slam, and it is going to make 6 attack rolls.
Excuse me?
2 at Boxxo and 1 at everybody else. And then I will
Everybody
ask
has
you,
+1
please,
to their
to
AC.
roll initiative. What music? Oh, the fucking theme tune's playing. That's what's going on.
Oh, we are slow here.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think it's going to matter. I'm not even going to ask you who wants to swap with who because the machine rolled a 2. But as it comes out, I've got a 20 and a 16 to hit Boxxo.
The 16 misses.
Okay. You will take 14 bludgeoning damage.
I'll use my reaction to uncanny dodge it.
Okay, you take 7. And then make me a strength saving throw, please. Corrie, that's a 27 to hit you.
Well, yeah, that hits.
Yeah. You will take 14 bludgeoning damage. Make me a strength saving throw, please. I'll ask for the results at the end, please. Vel'zekiss, that is a 14 to hit you.
No.
Okay. Toothy, that is a 29 to hit you. No, wait, have I missed one?
The 20. Because mine was the 27.
Hold on, it's a 10 and a 6 to hit Boxxo. 17 to hit. Yeah, sorry, it's a 20 to hit Vel'zekiss.
Then it does hit me.
Yeah. So you will take 7 bludgeoning damage and make a strength saving throw, please. It'll be a 14 to hit Pietro. And then a 29 to hit Toothy. So Toothy, you'll take 13 bludgeoning damage. And we could be a strength save, please. Okay. So I hit everybody other than Pietro. Cool. Good. That's nice. All 4 of you, your strength saves, please. Josh?
16.
That's a fail. Corrie?
18.
Are you guys adding Toothy's shit?
Do you add the +3?
Okay, 19.
Okay, back to the top. 19, success. Corrie?
21.
Success. Aren't you guys weak as shit? That's astounding. Success. Vel'zekiss?
13.
That's what I'm talking about. Lie down. You are prone. And Toothy?
20.
I really wanted more of you to fail. And then it is going to steamroll you. Anybody who was prone will take... hold on. The creature enters the space of a prone creature the first time. They must make a dex save. So you can still make a dex save from the floor. Fantastic. So I'll take a dex save, please, Vel'zekiss.
I don't know why I have frightened on, but I'll take that off.
That's a lot of dice.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah, it's a fail.
Yeah,
12
that is
with
71 bludgeoning damage.
Okay, I'm dead.
Well, down, right? Not dead.
Well, yeah, I'd be dead if we were playing normal day. If I hadn't cast that crazy aid before by accident, I'd probably be dead.
Yeah, that's possible. Pietro.
Jesus. Good thing we got that cauldron.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you know the creature is very sort of... Its attacks aren't that strong, but once it gets you to the ground, it just steamrolls over you. It is made of granite, and just to give Joe a few seconds more to think, as well as a couple of other bits, I will take a... Ooh, let's take a nature... I'll do a nature check for Pietro, and can I also have a counter check from Corrie, please?
Nature. Is this like an animal?
Mm-mm. This is more an understanding
24.
of it's what it's made of. You see, this creature is made of granite. So while magical weapons would affect it, it's very clear that non-magical weapons won't. And what did you get, Corrie?
Nat 20 for a 24.
Cool. You would assume that poison damage will do nothing. And also this creature has no mind. So Josh, start with that radiant thing of yours. I will also tell you, given the nature of this siege creature, it is immune to all those conditions. At that point, Gio, what would Pietro like to do?
Well, I'm reading this list of condition things here.
Yeah, charmed, exhausted, frightened, paralyzed, petrified, poison, and prone.
Considering trying to slow it.
Cool.
He appears to have slow. It's his last size spell.
Okay.
But I don't know what he has that's great for damage.
sorry.
So. No, it's fine.
I've already rolled.
That's fine. As long as I can, just shove most of the box out into the walls, you know what I mean, and only hit him.
Yeah.
So.
Is that a dex save for this, right?
I think.
Wisdom save. It might be a wisdom save, actually.
Yes. Oh, no, wait. Is it? Yeah, it's wisdom.
Okay, so it's a 9.
Okay. I assume that it's lower than his 16 DC, yes.
Yeah. Also, it's very clear this creature has no eyes and is not looking at any of you. I just want to make that really clear.
Oh, I can't use up his spell slot, unfortunately.
That's alright.
Mark that if you would, or I'll know he doesn't have another. And then... Well... It's probably not going to be pushable.
No. You would. Well, it's on wheels.
I know,
it's
I'm
pretty
considering, can I step onto Corey's face, try to push it upwards so that it's not near us, and then continue on
you can
into the room.
Go around and...
I'll try, right? If nothing else. Because, well, the problem is then I'll just go back if it doesn't work, okay?
Yeah.
So that I'm not stepping out of its...
21.
Okay, so...
It's momentum.
Then I guess I'll go back, although it's slowed, which probably prevents it from...
It cannot take reactions.
Okay, that's what I thought. So then Pietro will continue onwards into this room.
Okay. And...
but you know what? It was moved 5 feet anyway, because I hit it with the spell.
Yep. Yeah, that's fine. And it failed its save, so you push it there?
5 feet up, just for the hell of it.
Okay, cool. Love that. Does that completely fuck you over, Josh?
What, sorry?
Does moving it out of range of all your allies completely fuck you over?
It means that I can't think of it, but that's fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
You sure? Cool.
Yeah.
I mean, you suppose you could steady aim from where you are. But, yeah. Boxxo. Right.
Yep. So, I'm gonna run up and attack with my rapier, but I'm gonna cast Booming Blade.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Which is a dirty 20 to hit.
A 20 will...
Oh my god. Okay. That is
Yeah. Sorry, I was just double checking because I've got some slow reduces its armor class. That's what I was trying to work out.
That is 9 piercing
Mm-hmm.
and 6 radiant.
Nice.
And 5 thunder.
It takes all of that.
And obviously, if it moves, I'll get the thunder. And then using my slippers as spider climbing, I'm going to run up the walls and stay there so that he can't steamroll me.
Okay. There is an elevation marker somewhere. Let's just give you that. So you'll be 15 foot on the ceiling. Any bonus action from you?
Sorry, my bonus action was to disengage.
You would know it has no reactions. Do you want to take a different bonus action, or are you okay?
I mean, come on, get me up here. I'll bonus action hide, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, difficult to not see you, given the nature of its sight, but yes. Cool, Corrie. You didn't want to bless anyone,
Lucy, would you be able to pick up Vel'zekiss if I didn't? I have an idea.
He can now enhance the bonus action, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got. It just doesn't mean I just. Oh wait, no. We're not ruling smite as a bonus action.
Indeed. Indeed.
Yeah, I can bring him up.
It does mean that Vel'zekiss sits for a turn, which I feel bad about.
Oh.
Whatever.
You're okay?
I'm Pietro today.
Okay. I would like to have him make a wisdom save as I command him to flee. He does not have to understand.
No. Does it say anything about being immune to the charmed effect, though?
Uh,
I don't think it does, but I'm just double checking. Yeah, cool.
That
Condition
fails.
immunity's charmed.
Yeah, no, I know that, but the spell command does not say anything about him
charm.
about charm being him being charmed.
Yeah,
so,
sorry.
Yeah, love that. Okay.
Now, he is slowed, so it's half the speed that you normally would.
Yeah, he's gonna flee whilst slowed. Okay. Any bonus action, Corrie?
No, because it would be casting a spell, so I'm good.
There is no bless up. Let's take that off of you guys.
Yep.
You guys can remove these things yourself as well, but I've done it. Vel, a death save to me in private, please. Do that. You can do it on. I think Mark has a way of doing it on roll 20.
Yeah, the little dice in the top left on roll 20, you can trigger GM roll. As the person who has done a lot of death saving throws in this campaign.
It certainly seems to be the most convenient way of doing it. Just head on GM roll and hit the d20.
I only Googled this because I don't know the new book well. It sounds like a death save counts as a D20 test, and Tides of Chaos applies to all D20 tests.
Oh, you can absolutely Tides of Chaos.
I would like to.
As long as Tides of Chaos is usable while you are incapacitated. Or...
Yeah, I mean, that's up to you.
If it doesn't state otherwise, then it's fine. Sorry, Mark.
It's if you want to, we should have advantage on these for the rest of the day. That was part of our breakfast. That was last session.
Right, okay. So forget it
That was.
I don't need that.
I utilized that.
I don't. Oh, what if I.
Just hit the 2.
That's advanced. I thought that was my. Wow, I'm clicking stuff here, Mark, that I don't. I thought that might be advantage roll, but it's advanced roll.
Just the 2 next to the D20.
I'll just have to click it twice.
Yeah. Or the 2 next to the D20 will roll me 2. I'll be able to see both.
There's no 2. It's just a picture of a die and a D20. I don't
Was it different?
know what the hell I'm looking at.
I see the 2.
Once I went to the advanced
over.
thing, it wasn't there anymore. Sorry.
The advanced thing is.
Okay.
Yeah. No way.
That's really weird.
Oh, yeah.
2, 3,
Advanced
4.
is weird.
Okay.
That was perfect. Fantastic.
Right.
Yeah, you don't get the token. Toothy.
Right, gonna run past, and it has to flee on its turn, like regardless of what happens.
Using its own movement speed, yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
cool.
That's exactly what you should do.
Yeah.
Don't stand between it and its path, though. It's clearly a steam.
No. Yeah, run here. And as I run past, I'm gonna do like a little cartwheel Vel'zekiss and like give him some of my like claw acupuncture that I do for lay on hands, and like
beautiful.
just give him one.
Oh, yeah, don't waste any extras. I like that. Yeah, no more effort than is required.
And then I will attack with my. I have all my attunements slotted up, so I couldn't attune to the Warhammer immediately. Otherwise, I would have used the Warhammer because that's really cool.
You can still swing it. It's +1 bonus to attack damage and rolls, and it's radiant. Still happen no matter who hits it. It's just it won't come back if you make a ranged attack, and you can't smite with a ranged attack if you're not attuned. It's still +1 to hit, and it's still +1d4 radiant damage.
Yeah.
Definitely bonk with that if you want.
Technically, because the scimitar uses my... Sorry, I'm taking up a bit of time. But because the scimitar uses my con to the damage, it's technically more damage to use the scimitar.
Yeah.
Well,
even with...
Oh, wait. No, wait. No, yeah, the D4 radiant. God. Yeah. Okay. Alright, I'd pick up the hammer for the first time, and I'm just gonna swing at it. And then, 25 to hit.
That does not miss.
Okay, I'm gonna second level smite on top of this, so this is the damage with the... So that's only however much that is.
You've got a shield on.
I have got a shield on, so I'm not too handing it.
13
bludgeoning?
11 bludgeoning, 2 radiant.
Yeah. And then the smite, second level smite, 3d8. That's fantastic. That is 22 radiant damage.
Sick.
And then I will attack again.
Yeah.
There we go.
Nuclear right now.
26 to hit.
Yeah.
That is only however much damage that is. 9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to smite this time?
No smite this time.
Okay, cool. And then you may make an opportunity attack. It is going to run away.
Beautiful.
Booming blade damage.
Yep, give me that thunder.
It's slowed, of course, so...
Yeah, so it only has
11.
60 foot of movement speed.
That's 19 to hit.
Yep, 19 will miss.
Okay.
That was 11 thunder damage.
Cool. Yeah, and then it'll go the other 55, but it can't. It will get as far away as it can. It'll go to there, where it bumps into a door. Does it make another save for slow at the end of its turn? It does, right? Infected creature makes the...
probably.
I'm assuming, though, that a 2 will fail, so Pietro is up.
Huh.
It did unfortunately send this really far away.
It went around the corner.
Really fast. It has 120 foot of movement speed base.
No, this is perfect. Toothy's gonna... I mean, I know it's not Toothy's turn, but Toothy's gonna say, quick, jump into the rooms, because then it can't attack it.
So what, Pietro should just close the door?
Yeah.
That seems kind of silly.
Around,
He's
right?
like, has the most...
Yeah, but then it's gonna come to us, hopefully.
We like prepare things to throw at it.
Yeah,
as it
like
comes back
prepare
around
things.
the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, how far can I get?
Pietro can't
just
ready
get
an
into
action. Well, he can ready an attack, but he can't ready a spell.
Right. Right now,
He's
while holding
concentrating
slow.
on the slow. Which, given you just missed with a 19, with -2 armor class, you might want to keep that slow on him.
Yeah, I guess it makes sense for Pietro to basically do nothing. Does he have anything cool here that's just
Blade Ward.
along the way?
Do nothing.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
He actually gets to use it as a bonus action, so he can actually Blade Wood and dodge if you want.
He's going to come around and go into this room instead.
Cool.
Just so he's closer to the action and then close the door.
Yeah.
No, I mean, why should we leave the doors open? Is it because we think it has to go along? Or is it just going to come
I imagine so.
through the door? Alright.
Boxxo. Ironically,
yeah,
you could probably
I mean,
attack it and get into a door, right?
I mean, I don't. How much movement speed do you think I have?
60.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna stay on the ceiling because presumably it can't get to me up here.
Yep.
So I'll run up.
Yeah, 35. Yep. You can see it.
Yep. Yep. Does it take psychic?
No, you know it doesn't.
Then I
have a sling?
will. Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. Yeah, I'll use my sling. With.
You know it's only poison and psychic, isn't it?
Then I won't choose poison. I'll go cold.
Okay.
That is probably going to miss a 13.
13 misses.
Yeah. Then I will. I mean, if you can't get to me, I don't need to really hide in a room. Yeah, I'm just gonna stay here on the ceiling. I think.
You to forget something. I
then
literally have that charged up, ready to beam him if he opened that door.
And then I'll, just on the off chance he can get to me, I'll bonus action dodge.
Okay, you can't do that. That's not legal.
Can I?
No.
I always
It'd be
forget
the
what
most
my bonus action.
busted thing in the world. The fact the monk gets to do it, even with a resource, is crazy as shit.
I'll just hide.
Yeah, I would say you
hide in
can
plain sight.
Yeah. Corrie.
Sure.
Yeah, so I'm going to prepare a command again. So that when I see him, I will cast it, and then I am going to try and tuck myself. Oh, that's going to block my line of sight as I close the door myself. Yeah, we'll go there.
Okay, cool, Vel'zekiss.
Right, let's see here. Distances 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. But did we saw which way it went up there? It's on the right, yeah. I don't think it matters once I get there, but alright. I only have 1 HP, but I'm a crazy person too, so I'm going to, if I may, oh wait, do I have enough if I have to go? Well, I guess I have to go to this. There was nothing else that seemed dangerous in the room it came out of.
No.
We've been standing there for some time now. Okay.
Empty.
If I may, I'm going to take off a bracelet, drop it inside that room, and close the door.
Yep.
And then I'm going to run up 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Use my teleporty thing, bonus action, meta magic teleporter, to move away from Boxxo into this room, but towards it, so that I want to be away from Boxxo. I can't be next to Boxxo, but I want to be between it and Boxxo. And then I will ready Thunderstep, so that when it comes in range, I will blast it with thunder damage and teleport into the hidden room.
Cool. Toothy.
Fuck, I don't know what to do. Everyone's doing their own thing. I'm gonna heat my own device and just run into where Pietro is so I can protect him.
Shutting the door?
And then, But if the thing somehow manages to get to me, I'll attack it.
Okay. It'll make a wisdom save for command. And Vel'zekiss, do your thing.
Okay. It has to make a con save, but whatever.
Not 20.
Alright, well, it'll take 8 thunder damage.
Cool.
And I'll disappear and go into the room.
14 on the save against command.
Fails.
Okay.
So next turn, I will tell it to just halt. This turn, it still gets to do its full thing. Or I don't know how that works with preparing.
No, it'll be right now.
Okay.
So it will then use the rest of its movement speed to run away.
Well, I didn't tell it to flee, I told it to halt.
Oh, okay. It will stop dead still right there. And it's still slowed. Pietro.
Now I'm just in mode of controlling this thing.
The door's open. He can go out.
You just walk out and damage it and walk back in.
Yeah, that's what I'll have to do. What's his best here? No concentration, obviously. What does that do? That's out from self. That's no good. I guess shatter is a Pietro thing.
Yep. Disadvantage on the save for him, which will be a straight roll for him.
And it's just going to be at 2nd level.
Oh, it's a 9. I'll mark off that 2nd level spell slot for you.
And yeah, it's just basically everything he has. There, and I got the button. 10 thunder damage.
Cool. Boxxo.
And then he'll go back.
You are 10 feet away because you're up. But if you want to steady aim and sneak attack, or run down, hit it, and run away, either one is up to you.
Yeah. I'm gonna run down the wall and stab it with my crystal rapier, but again casting booming blade.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 22 to hit.
22 hits.
Okay. That is 11 slashing. Oh no, sorry, piercing. 5 radiant, which I will use another charge of the rapier to heal for.
Yep.
And 5 thunder damage.
Cool.
And then I'll bonus action disengage and run back up the wall.
Yep, Corrie.
So at this point, are we happy sitting this thing in the doorway here so that we can duck in and out to attack it?
At this point, it's wounded pretty badly, so you can just try
to trigger the booming blade.
You want it to be moving again?
just 5 feet, if it could.
That's not a command option.
Yeah.
Well, you can make an approach.
Move 5 feet.
Ending its turn once it's within 5 feet of you.
Yeah. Alright, we'll tell it to approach me.
13.
The wisdom save. Fail. And then to make it, I will step up to there so it doesn't come all the way back into the rest of the group.
Okay. Vel'zekiss.
Cool. That is 13 thunder damage.
Oh, it doesn't do it till its next turn.
Oh, okay, cool.
Vel'zekiss, sure.
Yeah.
It's got less fun now. You can just get out. We've got to kill it.
Oh, okay, good. I wasn't sure where it was. So
no, it's next to Boxxo, and it's very damaged.
Oh boy, I'm tempted. Sorry, I'm in the wrong character sheet. Like, those aren't my spells. Can I... We already know it's going to have to approach Corrie.
Correct. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's just stupid being on 1 HP doing dumb things, but I can't help it.
No, this creature is clearly absolutely helpless. It doesn't even get a turn next turn.
I am going to step across the hall. I'm going to try to disembodied hand it.
Yep. Go ahead.
So 23 to hit.
23 hits.
For 14 necrotic damage.
Severely wounded, yeah.
And then I'm going to quicken ride the lightning all the way across to the top of the room. Right through it.
Yeah, do you want to land next to it so that it will then have to move out of your range and you can opportunity attack it with a spell?
Well, I don't know if I want to be that close to it.
You know next turn all it can do is walk up to Corrie and stop.
Yeah, sure. I mean, yeah, if it's not already.
Yeah. It is a dex save, is that right?
Yeah, it's just like lightning bolt, but...
Is it a -2 or disadvantage? -2.
It is, yeah, -2.
It rolls with its advantage, and then it subtracts 2 to get a 10.
23.
Oh, okay. As you blast through it, you see it shatter into loads of pieces. And then almost immediately you see those pieces edging back together. You would estimate that within an hour it will be rebuilt.
Kick them apart just to give us another 1 minute.
You may take 1,000 experience points. 2 very deadly combats. That were handled with ease.
Getting close to the level up.
And with that, you have checked all the rooms.
Nice.
Yeah, there's nothing good in the room he was in. It was all danger.
It was just him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Vel'zekiss and Pietro would be able to sort of inspect this creature and realize that the reason it's been locked up is there's no method of controlling it anymore. It used to have sort of like a control mechanism so you could command it to fight your enemies. Now it's just wild and rampant. Attacks anyone it sees.
Over the course of a couple minutes, perhaps, as we're like shambling about, trying not to, I don't know, decide what to do and so forth, but like, is its regenerative capability purely regenerative that it will go from like any pieces that are around, or if we like took the chunks and locked them in different rooms, would that prevent it from reforming?
I mean, Arcana check.
$24.
Yeah, it's clear that there's one specific central piece that everything is growing back to. Splitting up the other rocks wouldn't really make much difference, but taking that and taking it away from all the other rock would solve the problem. I mean, you could even just take that bit of rock with you and just leave the rest in crumbled pieces and it won't be able to regenerate at all.
Or we could take it upstairs and put it down the hole.
Into the anti-magic field.
Anti-magic?
Oh, yeah.
That's sick.
Sure.
Love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Good thinking, Boxxo.
at this point, you have dealt with all the unguarded rooms. Do you want to start smashing up guardians to steal treasure from behind them? Like common thieves? Corrie?
Thieves? They're not alive. You can't thieve from dead
I know you call
people.
it common.
The gems above the throne, are we able to take those? And by we, I mean I.
Absolutely not.
Oh, man.
No, but if we do leave here, I will relock all the stuff.
Cool, great. We're not coming back, so I don't care. We shall go to towns and villages. Nutella. Like Nutella, just better.
But what about the path that we didn't go through? That other door?
That was guarded by an iron golem.
Oh, okay.
You can fight if you want. It's not going to be an easy fight.
Pietro's really out of magic and feels like
Okay.
1 HP.
And you guys were never really going to start battering the actual guardians, right? Because he did in some ways want this left intact. So that makes sense. You got all the loot you were meant to get, and none of the shit you.
How do we get out?
Yes. Once you get to the elemental, the big wave, he will look to you and sort of crouch with 2 hands up. As and when you're ready to leave, Pietro would confirm with him and he will vault you up, and you'll be able to rise with that buoyancy spell up and clamber out. You all happy with doing that?
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
As you clamber out back into that very same warehouse entrance that you climbed into. You see what looks like a beggar. A very ragged man playing a whistle. Sort of. Huh. You're here. You succeed.
Are you a silver dragonborn?
He looks up and down at his human body. And,
Oh.
I don't think so. Maybe tomorrow.
You need some gold?
No. He looks you over. You succeeded? Good. The key and the necklace, if you will, please.
Whichever thing Pietro's holding, he gives back.
Give him the key back.
Yeah, cool. The necklace, and he sort of looks at you. You were promised a reward.
I think it was 1,000 gold each.
Yeah, definitely. It was a bracelet with the power to improve persuasion checks, I think it was, once a day. But could sell for a certain amount of gold and a bit of gold. I don't know where I have written down the rewards. But he will...
Boothie was negotiating for this.
Yeah. And it
Very
was negotiated. I just don't know where I've written what the negotiated price was. Something's telling me it might be 300 plus a 60 gold amulet. I think that's right. 60 gold bracelet. So if you want to sell the bracelet, it'll be 360 or it'll be 300 and then the bracelet with the bandage. I'll have to find my notes to work out exactly where that information is. But yeah, as you guys emerge, is there anything specific that any of you want to do? Or is this just going to be a let's rush out of town, erect a tower, and go sleeping and look how cool it is?
I mean, I would want to go take that ring back to the Aarakocra.
Yep, the Aarakocra, yep. In the Compass Rose, potentially stay a night, etc., etc. That makes perfect sense. Is there anything else that anybody would want to do?
Well, didn't we have 2 quests to deal with the
Yeah.
same place?
You put the anti-magic stone on the necromantic anchor and you found the ring on the dead guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You did both.
But we only turned... So did we turn both?
One is
quests
getting
into
turned into this beggar guy, and the other one you'll go back to that Aarakocra as just discussed.
Right, okay.
Yeah. There's nothing else pressing that you guys would want to do.
I don't think.
Then, yeah, as you return to the Compass Rose, you will find our resident Aarakocra in room 8.
8?
I think. Yeah, that is, I believe, correct. Here we go. Fantastic. Yeah. It was 300 gold, the reward, and 60 gold amulet. Twice a day it can give you advantage on persuasion checks. Yeah. It has a second effect, but I can't remember what it was. Trip of some sort.
Are we just dividing the money up?
300. You just chuck it in the group loot for now, and you can decide that another point if you want.
Alright.
Fine. Honestly, I almost feel like the bracelet should go to Pietro because he ends up doing all the talking without good charisma.
Yeah. It gives a cantrip. I can't remember what cantrip. Write it down.
I have like several ways to give myself advantage as it is.
Yeah, I don't know.
I need to do the talking more. I made this mistake. Like I always half the reason I wanted to play a sorcerer is because I always want charisma classes because I end up doing all the talking, and then I made a sorcerer finally, and I'm like, I don't really do the talking. This character, he's an asshole.
I think that's all right. He doesn't have to be. It's prestidigitation. There you go. So it allows the wielder to cast prestidigitation, and then twice a day, or it gives a advantage on a persuasion
Pietro
check.
doesn't have that.
Really? Well, lucky Rico. He can have a bracelet for not being here. The rest of you, 300 gold, just lob it in the group loot for now.
Yep.
And yeah, as you return to room 8, you'll see this Aarakocra sort of... He's all packed up. He's ready to leave. See, he's sort of a little anxious, and as soon as the door knocks, he sort of opens it immediately. You've returned. What news?
We got the ring back for you. Your partner, he must have been a very great adventurer, for he overcame many obstacles to get to where we found him, and as you imagined, we were too late to save him. But he made it far on his own. He did not go easily into the next life.
He lies now in a place of peace?
Very much so.
I would assume, actually, on the way out, that you may have done something to give him an appropriate sort of...
We said a prayer as we passed by. We did a quick little prayer to Lacerta as we
you did,
took the ring.
You did it already. That's true.
Hadn't he written out a message, too, to him, whatever? There was a
crumpled note.
There was a note.
Simply said, tell him I love him.
Tell him something.
Right. Yeah, okay.
Is it?
So
tell him I love him.
We would pass that message for sure.
You see, he begins to cry, and trust you found appropriate reward.
Hope you don't mind that I wield his shield.
So you should.
I will use it to protect my allies as much as I can.
Perhaps we shall meet again. I've taken a job as a lecturer in Mazrea. The adventuring days are over for me.
You have many peaceful days.
He nods sadly and sort of walks past you, and he will leave the inn.
I think Pietro, for his sake, I don't want to speak for Rico necessarily, but I believe he was the one with his background on Bodania and his smarts who knew a little bit about the ring. It wasn't just because Rico had played Torrent, right? He might say something of like, if you're not going to use the ring, make sure it goes to, even if it's not until you're gone, goes to someone who'll put it to good use.
Smiles and... Yes. I know just the person to leave it to. But you would know that they are sort of also their wedding rings, if you will. So he would be left in the will, but yes. He will tell you that then the dead man's nephew is a budding adventurer. Only young at the moment, but perhaps in time we'll find the right person to share this bond with. And with that he will leave, sadly, but head up. I don't think I gave you his name in the past.
Birdman.
The third.
Yes. His name is Carrascus. And at some later date, should you wish, you could seek him out as a lecturer at the University of Mazrea. He is lecturing on the proper forms of swordsmanship and on adventuring in various different capacities. With that, you guys can take 100 experience points, and I think we will come into an early close. Whether you are going to long rest in your tower, in your cramped little one bedroom, or whether you're going to sleep in the Compass Rose and then go and erect the tower outside of town and have a chat with the Guardian, can be worked out over the week. But we will come to the timeless tradition of MVPs. I really like that I asked Mark what he was doing to put this guy to rest, and his immediate response was, I'm going to make some rice. that threw me for a loop. I got the point. It just actually what you said is I'm gonna make some rice and then sew up my tent. Which is, I had this image of you like with a bowl of rice stitched up the inside like I'm fucking done, just sewn into my tent eating my rice. Mark, you're MVP.
I loved Joe's impression of Pietro. Like the Pietro voice was so good, and then the fact that it like came back again. So like not only like having to manage another character, but then actually like getting into that character was great.
Joe.
It was fun. That was a highlight for me. The talking part, not the managing part. For some reason, I don't want to do that anymore. I need to make the again very simple characters from now on. But anyway, it goes way back to the beginning. To James, when the skeleton guy had to get in the sack, and you said that you hear all his bones jumble on in. I loved that. Just the idea that like this is so serious. This is like an ancient person who like has he's being played to rest and just clink 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 like a cartoon into a bag of bones.
That's exactly how. I mean, you got him to climb into a sewn up sack. It was always going to be silly. I like that too. Josh.
That's 71 fucking damage. Holy hell. That was scary. Real scary.
Well, as I was rolling, I was going, fuck, it's a lot of dice. It's a 10d10. I did roll very well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I was very disappointed. I only managed to knock one of you prone. I really thought, being a strength save, I'd have a good chance against Corrie and Boxxo. I wanted like a 3-man 70 damage. That creature is really, really very, very strong in a very niche situation, right? If you're not prone, it does 1d10 plus 6 damage. That's it. That's all it does. And then it steamrolls anyone that's prone, and then that's the end of his turn. Of course, it steamrolls nothing if some dickhead starts telling him to go away. Jack, your MVP.
There's a lot of good ones tonight, but it's definitely when the major callback to when Boxxo, like we were versing that Salt Golem really stood out to me. So when he's like blades didn't work and he goes, oh, the prophecy, and I almost fucking like burst out laughing, man. It was like oh shit, yeah, I remember. Good reference.
Yeah, I mean, I think there was a couple of very interesting combats here because they have big problems for you guys to solve, but also they're a single creature. So eventually, action economy and CC certainly where the golems are concerned, like they're not bright, they're not intelligent, they're easily controlled. The command spell, the slow spell, really interesting. Obviously, there was quite a lot of damage done very quickly to the Salt Golem. But I always liked seeing how you guys navigate specific scenarios. And today was, no exception. I really enjoyed it. But that's where we're going to end. If you guys would like to say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye. Goodbye.